Okay, so this video is probably going to be kind of long, but I am hoping it's going to be a really good resource for those that are just starting with us. I'm actually just going to take you through step by step about setting up a Facebook party. For many of you, it'll be your own launch party, or if you partied with me and then signed up after, then it'll be for a hostess. Either way, it's really easy to figure out when you need to be sending messages to your hostess or when you can just read through them and follow it for yourself. So I actually have a party for next week that I'm going to be setting the event up for, but you'll see it, since today's not a Friday, I usually start my inviting on a Friday, so I'll just set it up for Friday, but you guys are smart, you'll be able to figure it out for your own. And so usually I would have it set up Friday. I'd go and set everything up on Friday. All right, so when you start, we're going to create an event. So I'm skipping just to 2 because I already have the party scheduled. So now we're going to go ahead and create our event to invite. Now a lot of you also are not going to have your consultant ID yet, and you won't be able to log in and set up all the party links. If that's the case, come back and watch this video to grab all that party link info, and you can put it in after you've signed up. A lot of times you won't want to sign up till your party actually starts, and that's because we want to take full advantage of those first 14 days to earn your $400. So I just have my Facebook party stuff set up in a folder on my computer, so I'm just going to choose a banner. I've been liking the August product banners. You can find these on the Facebook page. Norwex has a Facebook page. They also have a great Pinterest page that has a lot of these. This is one I really like. I need to update it sometime with the colors because we don't have yellow anymore. So if you're feeling good about yourself and can do some Photoshop magic and want to turn that gray, I'd love you guys for that. All right, so this is Deborah's party. Can I move this to see her full name? I can't. She's right here. I think it's Deborah Driscoll. Yes, here she is. So I just put something with their name in it. You can't have Norwex in the event name. A lot of consultants will do that, but it is actually against compliance. So all right. I'm going to do online. Sometimes people get confused that it's not an online party. Deborah's online clean green party. Most of mine are too long, and so that's fine. I don't worry about it. Okay. Awesome. And then the date. For the date, I always put the party dates. And so this party actually starts next Wednesday. And then always at an end time as well. And my parties run through Sunday. Okay. The times really don't matter. Since we have the party usually set up pretty early, I'll put like 11 a.m. It really doesn't matter, but it does send them a reminder that it's happening that day, so maybe it helps. Now with the event, this is basically what I put in every time. The only thing you want to be sure of is that if your host's name is in here, like here it says our host, to make sure to update it with their name. Another thing I've liked doing recently is actually putting the purchase link right there in the description as well. So I'm going to go ahead and find it now. So when you first log into your Norwex account, oh my gosh, sorry, my internet's slow. This is about what's going to pop up. Now, obviously, you're not going to have the same party names here, and if it's your first party, there will be nothing here. And so you can create a new party. I think it gives you an option somewhere. I should have looked at that before I even started. I'm on my dashboard. I'm not sure. I think if you go to view all here, that's when it gives you, oh, you guys, it's right there, create a new party. So you just want to click on that, and then it'll take you through the steps to create a party. Now, if you get a booking during a current party, you can add that, and it'll generate the party here already for you. So here's Deborah's, and if you click this one right here, it's going to give you a party link that you can use, and that's going to take it directly into the buying, what's it called? It'll take your guests directly into their party, so when they order, it'll automatically go to their host. So I'm going to put Deborah's name here. Oops. Now I always say the first 20 people to RSVP because 20 is kind of the magic number to help your hostess earn a package. Okay, can't wait to see you there. And then at the end or something, I'll put something like, already love Norwex? Check out our online store and order from Deborah's party here. And then I just paste that party link in. All right, so then we're going to create the event. And now that this is created, what you're going to want to do is let your hostess know that it's time to start inviting. So if we're going to click back here to the hostess, there's actually a file that has what I write for our Facebook. Oh, that's not it. That's the event. Sorry, you guys. One of my babies is upstairs crying, and I don't want to see what's wrong. He's 4, so he's not really a baby, but... Okay, where is it? All right, send your hostess coaching message 1. All right. I used to email. I don't anymore. I send messages now, and so I don't actually use all the same information. I found if the message is too long, that the hostess either forgets what happens at the beginning or doesn't read it all the way through the end. So I try and keep them short. So I'll say, let's see. Oh, I need to update this because I start on Wednesdays now. So I'll just say, hey, I got your event set up. I probably start here actually. I'll update this for you guys. I'm sorry I haven't already. So I'm going to do this and just copy it over. I'm not actually going to send it to Deborah just now because I don't want her inviting just yet. I want her to invite on Friday. And then what I'm going to do is send her the link to the event. Now you also need to invite your hostess to the event before you send her the link to the event because she's not going to be able to see it if she's not invited to it. So you can just copy this right here, Control-C, and then put it in your link right here. And it'll generate a cute little boop for when you send it. So like I said, we're not actually going to send that right now, but that'll give you the idea. And I'll update this. So that's about the first thing I sent. It gives them the information of when they need to start inviting, and then gives them the link to the event. And I'll also send them the party link in a different message. Because like I said, if you have too much info at a time, it's going to start to overwhelm them. All right, so then we've got our event set up. The next thing I like to do is before they start inviting, I like to have a post in there that basically says the same stuff you've got here in the description. And the reason I do that now is if you look at these invites on your phone, this first info doesn't pop up unless you click on something. Like you have to click on more or more info or something for it to come up. But the posts will come up right away. So even though it's pretty redundant, most people on their phones aren't going to see this part. And so I like to have that info in here again. So now that you've got your first event set up, we want to start scheduling posts into your event. So I have on your file here a link to the posts I use in my event. Now I used to do a full week of inviting, which I don't anymore. I just invite from Friday through Tuesday, and then we start the party on Wednesday. And so I don't need every single one of these. So you just go through and you can pick the ones you like the most, or you can choose a new one. Like I even have here in the comments, this is a new one I've been using more. I put this one up, and this is the one I use with basically that information. So we're going to go into CinchShare, and I'm going to show you how you translate this album into your CinchShare app. So if you haven't signed up for CinchShare just yet, do. I've got a link that it's an affiliate link that you can get like 37 or something like that free days on it. And so I think it's in there. It's on the file too, but I'll add it with this video so you can see. So we're gonna go into CinchShare. Now you can ignore everything over here. These are my old parties that I'm still working on. But if you'll look, the party I just made is not in here. So when you first pull this up, you see how it says timeline and then there's an arrow down, nothing. My new one isn't in here that I just set up for Deborah, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add it. So your CinchShare should already be synced to your Facebook. You pretty much set them up together. So if you come in here, this little roundy guy, My Networks, and then it says timeline and your name, you click down on it and this is where all your events are. So it starts with albums, so just scroll through there. Here's your events, okay? Look, what's the problem? It's still not on here. These are by date. So what we have to do is you have to refresh right up here. Click. So that's gonna refresh anything that you've created since the last time you have refreshed your networks. So we'll just give that a second. Awesome. So remember, it's under timeline under your name. Click the down arrow. Scroll down to events. There it is. Deborah's Online Clean Green Party. Now we're gonna heart it, and that's gonna make it show up. These guys I don't need anymore because I'm not posting those events, so I'm just gonna unheart them. All right, so now we come back here. And remember, you have to click down on timeline. There it is, Deborah's Online Clean Green Party. So what we do, you're gonna come here, you're gonna choose, like I like this picture. I actually took this picture. This is my husband's manly arm, and these are cinnamon rolls that he legitimately makes every October and every April. They're divine. So to get this picture off of Facebook, you're gonna right click and you're gonna save the image as, and it's gonna pull up a file where you can save. Now I already have a folder for my Facebook parties. So you're gonna want to create some folders to help organize. So you can rename it like Brett's Manly Arm, right? You'll probably want to name it something else. Maybe Event Photo 1 or something like that. It doesn't matter. It's whatever, however you want to organize it. So we saved it there. Now we're going to go back to CinchShare. We're going to find that picture. So choose File. Remember, I saved it under Facebook Party Template as Brett's Manly Arm. Okay, and then we are going to type our message. Now, if you come back here, look, I already have it. You can just, what's it called? Copy and paste it. Highlight it, copy, Control-C, back to CinchShare, Control-V. All right. You want to read through these because sometimes it'll say something about my family or something like that. And so you want to make sure that it doesn't say something awkward like, I don't know, my 7-year-old and everyone's like, honey, you're retired and your daughter's 22, you know. Now, after you post this, so then you paste it. Then you click the one you want it to post in. You can do multiple, but I'm going to warn you, the only time I've ever gotten put into Facebook jail is when I posted into like 20 old parties at the same time to say, hey, I'm leaving this group. I got put in jail for 24 hours. It was very uncomfortable. So then you choose the day you want it to go up. So I start all my invites on Friday. The first post I usually like to put in right away, so it doesn't matter. And then you schedule post. The hot points that people check their Facebook is around 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. every day. And so I like to post right around there so that they'll have something to look at. Oh, come on, CinchShare. My internet's really bad, and so sometimes CinchShare has troubles with it. So once that gets posted, it'll generate it over here, and you'll start seeing a list of your scheduled posts. I'm going to go ahead and stop it because I'm going to show you, yeah, it didn't work anyway, but if your internet's good, it'll work. So I'm going to show you the one I've actually been putting there. So if you come over here, after you've generated posts, you will be able to see all of your old posts in this part of CinchShare, okay? And this is your history. So I'm just going to go to my most recent event because as my party changes, who did I do last? Maybe Jana's. So here's her event here, and it's going to generate all of the posts I use in hers. And here's that one. So you can batch post it like this. Click, 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 click. Okay. And then batch post. And then you just choose the day, and you can either apply a new interval or keep the interval that it was originally posted under. And I'll probably just keep the interval because it was probably pretty close. So let's apply and see what it does to us. So this one's going up at 1:37 p.m. This will go up 2:37 the next day, 2:37 and 6:37. I don't really like those numbers. I'm going to do it like earlier, like 10 a.m. Try that. All right, I like those numbers a little bit better. Okay, so those start Friday. So I've got a Friday post, a Saturday post, a Sunday post, a Monday post, etc. Okay, then you can just schedule that batch. If something here isn't quite where you want it, then you can just come back in here. I'm just going to show you all of the posts that are upcoming, and you can edit them. So this guy, it actually needs to post on a Tuesday because it says the party starts tomorrow, right? Okay. Anyway, so as you're coming from this album, whichever ones you decide you want to use, just a refresher, you're going to right click, you're going to save the image, replace cleaners, or event, number 1 or number 2. Then you're going to copy this wording, then you're going to go back to your post scheduler. You're going to choose a file. You're going to find that photo you just put in under replace cleaner, right? You guys can see mine is, it's time to start cleaning out my stuff. Okay, and then you're going to Control V your stuff, and then you're going to schedule it. This guy I want to schedule Monday the 26th, 2 o'clock, in Deborah's. Here we go. All right, so you're going to do that for all of your invites. You're going to schedule them on whichever day you want them to generate. And, I don't really use a post category anymore just because I just use the old parties to repost stuff. Okay, so now everything's set up. I'm going to go ahead and schedule this to post now so that you guys can see it generate in my event. So it's 1:38. I'm going to have it post at 1:40 p.m. today, 20th, in Deborah's party. So that'll show up in just a second. Okay. All right, so that's how you get your event set up. The natives are getting restless. I've got one little boy that totally played me for a fool and is homesick today. He's not sick. And then I have a 2-year-old and an almost 4-year-old, and they're upstairs eating animal crackers in my bed watching Curious George, and I hear the 2-year-old rattling the doorknob. Mom, Mom, save me. So we're about done. Come on, internet. Sorry, you guys. Well, I hope this is useful, you guys. So we're going to go back to our handy dandy. Oh my gosh. So bad. Well, let's look at this real quick. So we're back at Deborah's party, and I'm just going to click this link, and it's going to refresh it. Ugh, my internet, so bad, you guys. My husband doesn't believe me that it just like stops working. Okay, well, it's not going to show it. For some reason, it chose now to just stop working. But hopefully you guys have gotten a clear idea of how you're going to set up your first party. So that's just the invite. And then the day of the party, you're going to go and you're going to create a group. Here we go. There we are. So there's that first post. And I like to put the party link in here too. So usually I'll just go back and edit it and then add Deborah's party link. So once you get your event all settled, it's time to create the group. And I usually create the group the day the party starts, so Wednesday morning. The reason I do this is you have to add a person to the party group the day that you set it up, at the time you set it up. And since my host is the person that makes the most sense to add to the party group, I don't want to confuse them with an event and then changing to the group. So I do the group that day, and then I message her, hey, it's time to start moving people over into your Facebook group. There's a few reasons I like to party in groups over events. I know a lot of people like to stay in the event for the party, but I've done it a few times in the event. One of the biggest reasons people like to stay in the event is because people who have not RSVP'd can still see some of the posts that come up. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret. I have never had a guest who didn't RSVP order. So you'd think that them being able to see the posts is going to help your party. Maybe occasionally it does. That has never happened for me. But what happens when you move everyone into a group is they're more likely to see your posts. As people interact with posts, they're more likely to show up on people's timelines as well. And groups just have some great features in them that events don't have. They never expire, so even when the party ends, people can still find it if they need to get your order information, if they'd like to order later, or they can still find it to figure out how to use their new products. And then you can post in those group occasionally later to be like, hey, how are you guys loving your products? Let me know if you have questions, or if you're ready to host a party on your own. I have gotten people say, yes, I love these products, I want to order now. That's why I like to do a group. There's a few other reasons. I've got a whole list somewhere that I've written out for someone, so I'll have to find it for you. So that is the basic there. I hope that was helpful. Sorry it got a little choppy in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and pause here and not set up the group on this same video because I think that they'll be too long. But I also think you guys get the idea of how to do it, where you can find it on CinchShare. I'll just show you that really quick. When you go in My Networks to find your group, so the events are always going to be under this little arrow here. Your groups, says groups right here. And they're going to be in order by alphabet. So you just need to remember the name of your hostess. I always put the hostess first so I can always find her party easy. So anyway, I hope that helped. If you have any questions, go ahead and post it here on this video. And if you need to see me set up a group, then we'll go ahead and do that too. But I think you ladies are smart. I know you guys are, so I think you can get it worked out. Anyway, I love you guys. I love Norwex. I hope this was helpful. We talked about how to find the party link. We talked about how to set up an event, and we talked about how to copy and paste your posts over into CinchShare and kind of how to use CinchShare. And so hopefully that was helpful and not just too ridiculously long. Anyway, like I said, I love you all. I love Norwex. And ciao for now.